We made it to the middle of the week, but there's no time to take a breath. Let's get into Wednesday's AI news. GPT-5.4-Cyber is purpose-built for defensive security work. OpenAI has reduced the model's safety refusals for legitimate cybersecurity tasks, unlocking capabilities like advanced vulnerability analysis and reverse engineering that the standard model would refuse to touch. Access runs through OpenAI's Trusted Access for Cyber program, given to hundreds of security teams responsible for protecting critical infrastructure. Just yesterday, we covered AISI, confirming that Anthropic's Mythos completed their full cyber range end-to-end. Now, OpenAI is rushing out a competing cyber-focused model. Two of the top AI companies are now competing to build the best hacking tool, and calling it Defense. Claude Code now has routines. A routine is a saved Claude Code configuration, a prompt, a repository, a set of MCP connectors like Slack, Linear, or GitHub. You set it up once, pick your trigger, pick the timing, and it runs autonomously. GitHub triggers cover PRs, commits, workflow completions, and many other event types. With the API trigger, a single HTTP post to an endpoint can spin up your agent with full context. Anthropic says routines have already changed how they handle documentation and backlog maintenance. So Claude Code is now capable of becoming a background service. That's another huge piece of the coding ecosystem. NVIDIA has released Lyra 2 for creating 3D worlds. Current AI models struggle with large-scale 3D environments because they lose track of geometry. Objects can shift or blur as you move. Lyra 2 solves this by retrieving past frames to establish spatial correspondences. It corrects its own temporal drifting. Just yesterday, we reported on Tencent's Hi World 2. It does something similar with mesh outputs. NVIDIA's approach focuses on simulation readiness, which is enormous for robotics and driving. Two major labs, same week, same problem, different angles. 3D world generation is really heating up. Allbirds, an American shoe company, sold the actual shoe brand for $39 million. What's left is rebranding as NewBird AI, with a plan to become a GPU service provider and AI cloud solutions company. It was valued at $21 million before the announcement, but on the news, shares went from $3 to over $17 overnight. The deal still needs stockholder approval at a meeting in May, but the market has clearly already made up its mind. From sustainable sneakers to server racks is perhaps one of the craziest pivots ever. But when GPU access is this valuable, every publicly traded company with a listing and a pulse is going to eye the same playbook.